Hello everyone, we are back, going to Run the Melee again, Run the Melee number 68, back-to-back weeks, pretty exciting. I was worried that after the first, 3 videos or so, I would kind of like peter out, the motivation would go away, yet here we are, entering back-to-back weeklies, and additionally, I'll be assisting with TOing tonight, or at least starting out the TOing process. So that was the first thing I was going to talk about, and then later in the drive I wanted to talk about maybe my thoughts between the last weekly and now, how I handled the upsets in the days after, even the hours after, and then if I get to it, I had some other thoughts too, and I'll share those when we get there. So before we talk about that, again, call to action. I would appreciate you subscribing, liking the video, doing anything to interact with it. It helps a lot. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subs, so do your best with that. I appreciate it. I'll also mention, last shill thing, join the Patreon if you like. You get loads of benefits, including early access to these videos, so feel free to look into that. There's a link in the description to get there. So anyway, enough shilling. So yeah, Run the Melee tonight. I am TOing. I know, Joey, you said you'd retire from TOing, which is true. But even retired old guys have to help out sometimes, Randy and Foxy have been doing a great job with the tournament series, among other folks. But I wanted to go tonight, and the other TOs either couldn't show up on time or couldn't be there at all. So, I like helping the community. Listen to me. I'm not asking you to go and run the next 1,000-person super major and go into years and years of debt over running the event like a lot of TOs, or the big event TOs do. I'm not even asking you to run a weekly, but you know what? If you see, if you can bring a CRT to your local to help it run a little faster, great. If you can bring a Wii with it too, or a GameCube, awesome, even better. At the very least, or here's another suggestion for you. If you see your TO always putting in matches, trying to play their own matches in between, trying to do the seeding, taking money, all that stuff, help however you can. Even if it's hey, I'll report the matches for a bit, go use the bathroom, go get a drink of water, go get a bite to eat, something like that. Trust me, as a TO for many years, I always appreciated anything somebody could do. And then at the very, very least, and presumably you're not one of these people because they're pretty rare, but they do exist. Don't be a net negative on the tournament experience, okay? Don't be super late to your pool. Don't complain about seating. Don't say, oh my gosh, the CRT is 1 inch too small or 1 inch too large, whatever. Can we play on stream? I know a set just started, but can we play on? Don't be that person. Just don't. I understand, for example, sometimes life gets in the way and you're going to run a little late to the local. At least Mesh is a TO, not a big deal. But I have seen my fair share of folks and it's always the people who never contribute to the scene in any way, shape, or form who are complaining about the event. Don't be that person. That's all I'm going to say. And you know what? Most of you probably are doing great. You show up, you don't make a whole thing about the price of the venue or how you should be seated 15th instead of 16th over Joe Schmo because you beat their secondary in an amateur bracket 2 years ago. Just don't be that person. That's all I'm going to ask you. But if you feel so inclined, offer to help out a TO here and there. Even me. I just came from work. Loads of other responsibilities in my life, and even I'm putting in a little bit of extra effort to ensure that an event can happen, it can run smoothly, that people can come and play the game we all love. So there's my PSA for you guys. But yeah, let's talk about next the Melee. Let's talk about the Melee. So if I'm being honest with you guys, I was a little heated last week after losing. You could maybe tell. I thought it was pretty ironic to see, I'm all happy-go-lucky, the sun is shining in the first part of the video, the local happens, and then the sun's gone down, and it's dark and dreary, and I'm just like, man, this sucks. You can hear it in my voice, and part of that is unavoidable, and I said it last week. It's okay. You should be a little upset when you lose. If you're somebody out, listen, there's two different situations you can find yourself in that I'm going to comment on. One, if you're somebody who finds yourself getting upset after losing, that's okay. Obviously, if you're channeling that into very negative ways, like, I don't know, you can think of a bunch of ways. I'm sure some ways come to mind. I've been guilty of it too, and it's not healthy to do that. Or you don't take it that far, but channel that upsetness and anger into something else. And if you aren't getting upset, well, I'll tell you what, maybe you should be getting a little upset. Like, if you really care about getting better, maybe you should be a little aggravated after. You know, not like spike your controller aggravated, but you should be a little like, dang, I thought I had that. I thought I'd been grinding. What went wrong? You know, I wanted to beat that person. Let's fix it. Like, that should be your response, right? And then the other person I think of, I hope you're not this person either. Don't rag on somebody for being upset after losing. Don't be like, oh my God, I can't believe you're always so like angry after, like, oh, you should just not care. Like, don't yuck somebody's yums when it comes to caring about something that they're putting their time and effort into. Don't be that person. I don't know if it's like a recent internet culture thing or something. Maybe it's the invention of the word cringe or whatever, but like, it's cool to care about stuff. Have you ever, I hope this is not most of you guys or any of you really. I highly doubt it's a high number because it's pretty rare, but I've seen it in person and definitely more frequently on the internet, where you're like almost like making fun of somebody for trying, like in a cat. It's not even like, haha, I can't believe you tried your best and lost. It's never like that. It's always like I can't even think of an example that comes to mind, but I feel like you know it when you see it, where somebody is just, they're seeing somebody care and put their time and effort into something, and then they're just like dismissive about it, or they're just like, maybe they're not overly negative, but they're just like not. And I wouldn't expect anybody to be supportive of, like, 24/7 supportive of something they see somebody doing, but like this, like really, like, that's like, I'm having a tough time describing it, but hopefully you guys are getting the picture. I'm trying to think of I'll give you a personal example. How about that? I feel like back before I got as good at the game as I am now, where I was like trying to get better, people are always like, oh, don't even, like, I don't know why you're like practicing tech chasing with Falco. It's like, don't just be vibes based tech chasing, or I don't know. It was just, people would be dismissive about me caring about trying to get better, or they would see me be like, oh man, I got the fire. I lost, but now I got the fire. And they'd be like, whatever, dude. That's not even a great example, but hopefully the message has gotten across. I think you'd understand it if you saw it. Maybe you could share an example in the comments or something like that. By the way, shout out to Bones. Bones, I hope you're hearing this. Always provides great comments on any of the videos I upload. And I love talking to him about whatever he's commenting on the video about. Always really cool stuff he's reflecting on and responding with. So quick shout out to him. How did we get here? Making fun of people about caring. Don't do that. It's bad. So I don't know if this is exactly where I was going, but I definitely woke up with a bit of the fire last week after losing, and I'm like, where I haven't had this in a while. Like I haven't been, because before, I feel like, and I'd love to hear how others feel about this. Long time ago, when I would lose in a tournament set, and maybe in like a way that I was really hoping, like maybe I got upset or something. This is early on in the Melee days. It wouldn't bug me that much, but it would bug me for a while. Like I'd feel a little irritated, but it would last for like days and weeks sometimes, depending on the loss. And it would like sit with me, but it wasn't like super, I wasn't like mega upset, right? And I feel like the longer I've played Melee competitively, that sensation has had an inverse relationship, where when I get upset or something, or a tournament goes poorly or whatever, oh man, does it eat at me. Man, I like can't sleep. The next day I'm thinking about it. I'm like, every moment of the match where I lost or something happened is like flashing back in my head. It is absolutely infuriating. And I just, what bugged me earlier in my Melee career, like it gave me a little bit of scratch, is now just like tearing at my flesh when things go bad. But, and I don't know what to make of this, but that feeling doesn't last nearly as long. Like before, it used to be days, weeks, whatever. And now it's like a few hours, maybe a day at most. And then that sensation is quickly replaced with the fire. I don't know how else to describe it. A long time ago, I had this experience happen, and then for the first time ever, I think I woke up with the fire, like truly had the fire to do something about the inadequacy I had, right, and to try and improve upon it. And I decided to get a little fire tattoo on my arm. Maybe somebody has seen it before, but that was I think a way for me to sort of remember that feeling. But anyway, I had the fire and I got excited and I was like, yes, okay, you know what? No, I am going to grind the Falcon Ditto. I'm going to figure out what went wrong. I'm going to solve this. I've solved it before. I'll solve it again. Who cares? Let's make it happen. And that's how I felt after, and it was really cool. So anyway, guys, I'm at the weekly. So I'll get some clips of the tournament. We'll chat about it after. See you in a bit. Oh my gosh. In progress. Why not?
I want to build myself a cube first.
I would build myself a cube if I knew what I was doing. And that's the local. Would you look at that? We finally won one. Holy moly. Kids still got it. Man, it's been, feels like it's been a really long time since I won a tournament. Yeah, we clutched up. We got the run back versus Defy, which was cool. I'm glad we, I'll talk about that a little bit more, but the local went well. I thought 14 people, I believe, so not the biggest, but enough to make a bracket. Played FICO round one, Box Fox, and I actually felt a little weird during that set. I was like, oh my gosh, my tech skill's so horrible, what the heck? And I kind of like shrugged it off and like made a mini comeback, and like I tapped in a little bit, and I think that's a good habit. Like it's a good skill to be able to tap in, if that makes sense, mid-set. So I tried to look at it that way instead of like oh my gosh, we're not warmed up, blah blah blah. Then we played Kef, the GOAT. Love Kef. It was nice to get a little Falco Ditto in before we had to play Define the Falco Ditto. And I thought that went like mostly well. The first set we played in Winners, I thought was like mostly like okay, except my punish was really good. Like I when I got hits, that was I think the biggest difference maker. Of course, I like thought about neutral a lot and thought about what I could do better as far as decision making, but I just like, you know what? Sometimes it's just about killing your opponent when you get an opening, you know? Definitely executed off the ledge a little bit more, better, I would say. I didn't tournament winner as much or anything like that. So yeah, that felt pretty good to get that in. And then we played again in Grands, and that actually went game 5. And that was a set where I was like so into it where I forgot the game count. I don't know if that's ever happened to anybody else, but I think that's how you can tell you're like really tuned in, or maybe almost too tuned in to where you forget the game count, because obviously important to think about what stages are left and stuff like that. But anyway, but that went game 5, I think last stock, or maybe a 2-stock game 5, but that was closer. And funny enough, I thought I did like better stuff the second set, even though it went game 5, as far as neutral goes. And actually, I did have a moment the first set where I consciously thought like, oh my gosh, like dashback shield, bear out of shield is like destroying me. What's the answer? Oh yeah, the answer. And then I did the answer and I'm like, oh, heck yeah, that felt really good. So that was cool from the first set. The second set, I think the main highlight from the second set for me was like, I made the conscious decision to trust my tech skill. I was like, no, I think I got a spot, I got a double shine spot dodge or something, and I was like, ugh. And it was even like, it was like a second, it was double shine near out of the shine, because I was like so afraid of some panic option at a shield, and spot dodge shine still somehow destroyed me. But instead of wallowing in that fear, I thought, no, I just need to triple shine. So, and I don't really plan on including clips from the tournament, like the games themselves, in these videos often, but maybe I'll make an exception this time. You guys will see it right now if I am, but I'll describe it as well. It was like some aggression out of multiple lasers, like really establishing laser control, aggression, triple shine, shield pressure. I think there was another shine after or something. And then like around 0-ish, and it was like a full like low percent to death combo. And it had like a double dare. It had a down tilt nair down smash in the corner, which I've been labbing, or I labbed a lot in the past, and like had been thinking about trying to execute more often recently, and it like perfectly panned out on an FD game when I was down 2-1 set 5, or game 5 set 2. So that was definitely a really cool moment, and it was a reminder that like you know, this is gonna sound kind of whack, but like, yeah, having good tech skill is like kind of a deal breaker. Like you have to have good tech skill. If you want to play in a way such as this example I just gave, where you're like going in trying to execute triple shine to try and beat somebody who's trying to spot dodge a double shine and get their own shine, you know. And there are ways to play around that without having a triple shine, but you understand my point. So anyway, it was a good tournament. Yeah, I don't have a whole lot else to add, so I appreciate those of you who've been watching. This is like, you know, I'm clearly in like a better mood today after the tournament ended, but I need to. It's like, it's one of those things where you have to remind you should be as happy when you win as how sad you are when you lose. You know, you shouldn't get too down on yourself when you lose, and you shouldn't be like so like over the top happy when you win. You know, you should try to like obviously celebrate your wins and be sad about your losses, but you shouldn't like go to the extremes ever, right? So I could definitely still get something out of the sets today, even though my Falco was on the victory screen instead of my opponent's, right? I think the main thing was probably, I don't think I lasered in neutral well enough. Like that could have been a lot better. I didn't, I feel like I was losing the laser war a little too often, or I was like playing the aggressive mix-up at spacings, and I have actually a really bad habit about this. I play the aggressive mix-up at spacings where it's not quite time yet, and it gets me punished pretty severely, so. All right, guys, that's all I have to say. Appreciate you watching. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you in the next one.